What up, y'all? It is Araneae Storm, aka Crew, aka Araneae Storm, checking in for the Mercury sign, or Mercury in the Houses series, Mercury in the 6th house to be exact. So if you have Mercury in the 6th house, this video is for you. For those of y'all checking in for the first time, I am your evolutionary astrologer, specializing in that evolutionary astrology, karmic astrology. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about your past lives, as well as your current incarnation here, your vision, mission, and purpose, definitely hit me up for a personal reading or just general astrology questions and things, okay? I have, at this moment, I'm currently offering my readings on a tip and donation basis or a barter and trade. So y'all could definitely hit me up for that. All links below. I also have, just check out the links below because I'm a little sprawled right now. I'm trying to get caught up on y'all's videos at this moment. So just make sure y'all check out those links below. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm posting and links up. Okay, and let's go ahead and hop right into it. Mercury in the 6th house. So let's talk about Mercury first. What is the energy of Mercury? What is Mercury giving? What is she doing? Mercury is wanting to communicate, all right? She's wanting to, whatever sign your Mercury is in, whatever house your Mercury is in, whatever's aspecting your Mercury can give you the tall tale of how you think and how it is that you outwardly communicate, and also how you receive information. It's also how you like to travel too, okay? Mercury also gives you a hint on how you like to travel and how you like to do things, how you like the aesthetically pleasing side. What is aesthetically pleasing to you in terms of your travels, okay? And so when you have Mercury in the 6th house, it's very conscious on the day-to-day routines that you're in. It's very conscious and fixated on your work, the work that you do on a day-to-day basis, the people that are working around you, the environment of your work. It also has a lot to do with your... Mercury. It also has a lot to do with your health and wellness. So, you know, it's the Virgo house. So it's how you are, what kind of supplements are you taking? Are you taking any supplements? You know, do you have like a consistent workout routine that you do on a day-to-day? Do you have a consistent practice that you do every day? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a religious practice. It's just like what you're doing on a day-to-day to get yourself right, to get your body right, to get you up and to get you going, okay? This has to do with health practitioners, anything that has to do with like physical fitness, health and wellness practitioners. You can definitely see, or people that are counselors or doctors or nurses or consultants as well in Mercury in the 5th house or 6th house. You can definitely see people who are, and I know sometimes we talk about this in the 8th house because it has to do with like taboo topics and, you know, spirituality and all kind of stuff. But 6th house definitely has to do that too. You know, Virgo rules the mystery schools before we get to Scorpio. So it's the initiation, right, of these things. So if you're into any kind of medicinal or magical practices and things, Mercury can also be seen here as well. And when I say medicinal, when I say magical practices, these could be esoteric things as well as astrology. For example, this can be Reiki healing as well, because Mercury rules the hands, more so for Gemini. Specifically, Virgo is more so like the intestines, the stomach area and intestines here. So maybe you wanted to be a medical astrologer, I don't know, something like that. And Mercury in the 6th house can be found here, okay? Also too, working with practitioners, working with healers, being a practitioner, being a healer. Also too, working with animals and plant medicine, as we talked about the medicinals. So you might have a thing, maybe you want to be a veterinarian, or maybe you have a way of communicating with animals in a way that nobody else, maybe you're a cat whisperer, okay? With Mercury in the 6th house, okay? I happen to have Mercury in the 6th house myself. Mercury's in Leo, but it's in the 6th house. And I do have a way with animals, and cats are always coming into my life. Always. I love cats. I love animals. I love plants. You know, I'm still trying to work on my green thumb, but I love animals and children. I know that's more so 5th house, but like even the baby animals and even the grown animals, I have a thing with them. They love me. They gravitate towards me The majority of the time. Some of them can be a little, but most of the time, they're like, hey girl, how you doing? I love you. Can I bring some friends? Can we have something to eat? Okay. All right. So that's what we could see there. And then also talking about the kind of work that you do. You know what I mean? Like constantly, I tell people what I do. If anybody asks, but even if people don't ask, sometimes you'll see me tip in like, hey, and if you ever need, I also do astrology. If you ever need an astrological birth chart reading, like there's a lot of communication about the work that you do. There's also a lot of sense of pride, and maybe that's the Leo, probably not the Mercury, just talking about what it is that you do for work. Or the different types of things that you do for work, even if it's not just astrology, whatever it is that you do. Talking about health, talking about wellness. I'm like one of them people, like I will opt out from taking a pharmaceutical pill any day, and I'm like, well, maybe you could take some elderberry for that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could take some maybe we got some type of herbs that we can use instead of that, or if I'm cleaning the house or something like that, and I'm like, maybe we can use apple cider vinegar or white vinegar or something like that versus like these chemicals that literally I be like in here like not in here but like you know what I'm saying. So things like that. So switcheroos, or using like different types of soaps on your skin. So little stuff like that you can see. Also too, conflict resolution and mediation can also be seen here, and also could be seen in the 6th house, especially like mediation, but specifically when it comes to like conflict resolution, like how can we resolve this? How can we get to the bottom of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it going to take from you to get from A, B to C? Mercury in the 6th house can be excellent life coaches. They can be definitely excellent people that know how to organize not only their businesses, but like organizational behavior. So understanding the way people think, the way people communicate. They also want to understand how to communicate. I feel like Mercury in the 6th house is very strong in this placement, just in general, because it's like, how can I put these things together? I mean, it's Virgo 6th house, right? Virgo, and Mercury rules over Virgo. It also rules over Gemini. So wherever your Mercury is placed, even if you don't have like a Mercury in Virgo or Mercury in Gemini, so it would be Mercury in the 3rd house or Mercury in the 6th house are probably the strongest, because that's where they're at home. Like I said, depending on what zodiac sign you have there and what's aspecting that, you definitely want to check and see, but that's what you can see there. Very intellectual. These are where people like planning out organizational planning. They might not be the most organized, so don't be coming in the comments, y'all talking about, oh my God, but I didn't make it. Ain't just the way your space looks, even though there could be like, okay, the way in which you want your space and like have your space, of course, can be, this and that. But for the most part, for example, like I recently just did actually organize the outfits for a film. I creative directed a film and also did the shot list for the film. So instead of us just going into the film blindly, and this is just for an example, instead of us going into the film and shooting the film, instead I broke down the scenes in which we could shoot. And so when we actually went to go film it, we're not like all over the place trying to figure out what are we gonna, or how many scenes do we need for this and how many. It's like, no, we have something that we can like bounce off of, so we're just not out here like shooting grass, right? So just for an example. Okay. Also too, production. So like I said, creating productions, doing events, things like that, you can also see with Mercury in the 6th house as well. Okay, all right. So we're gonna move over to Mercury in the 7th house and end this week with Mercury in the 6th house. I promise y'all, I will not. It's just been a lot this week, but we're good this week. Okay, so yes, you will definitely get your videos early next week. Not early, but on time, right on time next week. Beep, beep, toot, toot. Like I said, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, and make sure y'all hit that notification bell, and I will see y'all on the next video. All right, okay, deuces. Anyway.